Hello, everybody. I'm getting Amnesia to work because I know it works. It's just being a little finicky. There's game. Where's audio? Can I do Windows? Hold on. Let me restart it. It might behave better in Windows mode. Okay, you want to work for me? There's audio. Hey, just need to make it the right size. Perfect. Excellent. We've done it. Anyway, welcome. I've played Amnesia before. Okay, so we were playing Penumbra Overture. We finished that. And the next one in the fictional games lineup would be Penumbra Black Plague. But I couldn't get it to work with OBS at all. I tried compatibility mode, I tried running it windowed, I tried restarting my computer, I tried everything, and it wouldn't work. I could get it to show up in OBS, but I couldn't tab out or else it would disappear. And it was just a real pain in my neck. So I might try again with the rest of Penumbra later, but I just couldn't figure it out this time for sure. So I am actually gonna grab a water because I forgot, and I'll be right back to start the game. Good night, good night. Love that this has all these descriptions of how things get harder. And then normal is just like the way the game is designed. Just normal.
Don't forget. Some things
Nice here. Thanks for spinning on in.
shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair.
How you doing?
This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus.
I'm Daniel. I live in London.
Name is I am Daniel.
I'm dribbling. Good. Glad to hear it, sir. I live in London at Mayfair and I have to stop him. Whoever he is. And I'm dribbling everywhere. Yeah. Important stuff. Oh. Ooh, motion blur. Alright, journal. Follow the liquid trail and find its source. Leaky roof. In the box. Inventory. I feel like maybe things aren't that crystal clear if my vision's that blurry. Oh, we got some more dribble. Oh. Oh, it's getting hard to walk. I'm okay. Ooh. Scary noises. And throw the door open and shut. In the box. Liquid. Ah. Violent. That's what you get for scaring me, door. Is it possible to see everything? I know it's supposed to be. Hello? I know it's supposed to be dark, but is it too dark? Ooh. Oh. Fetal position. Ooh. Oh, extra. Lots of dribble here. In the box. Careful. I've got a night. Hi, Zen. Thank you very much for the hydrate. This nice, well lit. Again? Sen, you always do this. Fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights, he thought, just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople. Do y'all like Turkish delight? I like a really fragrant, um, sweet, like a lavender or a rose sweet. Oh, bugs. Ew. It's alright. It's alright, Daniel. We've got light. We're okay. I found the source of the dribble. F. Got light. We have tinderbox. We have the book. We have more dribble. Man, this place is... feels like it's falling apart. Aha. Oil. Okay. We've got potions and tinctures and alembics.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you.
Oh boy.
One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him.
Oh my god,
Your
so
former self, Daniel.
we forgot everything. We have amnesia. And we have to descend into the darkness? Amnesia? The Dark Descent? It's all coming together, honestly. Fell to the kitchen floor, tears were beginning to well his eyes as he reached his first kick in his stomach. Hazel remained hidden and feared she too would be punished. So we've got rose petals.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Stuff and plant. It can't be torn by hand or tool. Some sort of organic tissue. We need to dissolve the organic tissue. What can you use to dissolve organic things? Hydrochloric acid. Sulfuric acid. Honey? I think honey will dissolve things over time. The door slammed shut behind him, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London seemed appropriate somehow. Okay then. Oh. A roaring cave-in.
What was that?
What was that? What was that? There's something? No, there's nothing down here. Oh, that's not a chest. These are just boxes. Scam. Oh. Something down there.
There should be more coop racks.
Copper.
Let me see. And one part aquafortis.
Aquafortis is a powerful acid, right? It's, nitric acid. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need. I sense I'm close. Calamine and orbiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aquafortis, and I hope it will produce a more even solution. Aqua regia is... I don't know what Aqua Regia is. Maybe it's a mixture I'm not familiar with. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Chemistry pot. Tell me. The lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Okay. I need to get some chemicals then. No problem. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck his victim with a rock. Oh! Hello? It was a woman's voice. Archives. Traveling to Dover meant going through Canterbury. He made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with the neglect of family.
May 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Wilhelm's contract. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Garrick. Okay. Hey, Waycraft! 8 months! Hot diggity damn. Yeah, don't break the seal. Shirts. Just cuts to a baby seal. No, not the seal. Don't break it. Don't break it. It's just a baby.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside.
Sounds like your
I was trapped.
helpers didn't like you at all. Maybe you shouldn't have yelled at him, dickhead. Well, now. What? 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 Okay. Sure. Old tomes. Guess I'll check out old tomes. Banana. Did they have player pianos in the 1880s? Please say yes. Storia Loci. Local history. What's that? This is where I started. Okay. Nice bright room. Look, it's so nice out. Hole in the roof. Oh. Blood. Maybe I shouldn't be using my tinder so freely. I feel like I have so much of it, you know? What the hell? Oh. Oh. I'm stuck. Here. Um. Um. Hmm. Huh?
17th May, 1839.
Oh.
After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
I do.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
Oh, I'm touching that.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound.
It's impossible for some of us.
The voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
FX. Let me just stare at a candle for a minute. Get my wits back. Floor plants. Spiders and blood. We love that.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
I feel like the servants may have gotten a little squimped. Hey, you know what? No? Yes.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Aha! Cozy. Notes. Regarding closing of the wine cellar. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. Okay. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. Need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first. They can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would in sense solve both of my problems. You can get a little peek. A little peeky peek. Hello? Door's open. Allstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Allstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains, dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods, and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A Visit Undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Allstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Allstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby, Allstadt, and like most those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage, therefore the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Damn. The box didn't stop him at all, did it? Probably I'll just leave, huh? Hello? This isn't a real piano. Look. It's got two... Okay, so they modeled half the piano and flipped it and put it together because there's a single weight key here. Shush. Between two sets 3. Hello? No way. No, that's so scary. Oh. Oh, goo. Ow. Fuck. Alright, I'm not touching the goo. Ow, fuck. We're touching the goo. That got my heart rate up. Scary. Was done, the men said. The tomb had been revealed. Heinen awaits, grinned the toothless... Heinen awaits, grinned the toothless foreman. Oh.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Are we stomping? Need some light, please. Few drops of oil. How much is a few drops? We're a little under half. Oh, it's literally not very much at all, huh? Got a planer, right? Planer? Shaves wood. Oh! Clong. Clunk. Ugh. Oh, my fire. Oh. I don't know why there would be anyone walking around. Oh. Just clear this. The There we go. I've wedged it. I think I've wedged it in a way that lets me use the door at least. I wish that it wasn't making those noises. Don't really like them. Alright, so that was... those tools. This is where the wine was. And green. So scared. Oh. Oh, there's blood here. Oh. Oh, this is gross. This is where they all died, huh?
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst. Oh.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Nope. Wilhelm's last words. My name is Wilhelm, House of Garrick. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to Castle Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what this supposed knight of the order could want from me, and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past and not the honors I had been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position within noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly, and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I brought men, women, and children to Brandenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into his diabolic ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes, and I can no longer read. Nothing. Okay, so all that's left is the back room, I guess. No way. No way. The enemy is near. Is there an enemy near? It's here? Is it real? That's my health. Oh, sanity. Not great. Not gonna look. It's just standing there. Okay, don't look. It's still just standing there. Stare at the light, Daniel. You're okay. You're okay. Monster's gone. Think. Alright. Look at the pretty torch. Seem to get sane. It's okay. do I have? Improve health. I only have a few cuts and bruises. Not a while. It left? Maybe? Here. Look, like. Look. Hi, Asaph. That's dust from the ceiling. I'm going crazy. I can't stop. It's okay. Look at the light. Oh, this looks... I'm so normal. Oil potion. Is the thingy gone? Seems like the thingy might be gone. So let's leave. I'm spooked. It became impossible to avoid. The commotion in the street begged for his attention. As he opened the shutters, the French soldiers opened fire on the two young men fighting back. Their voices were silenced in a haze of gun smoke. Yeah, I'm spooked. I've even played most of this game before, and I'm still spooked. Ow. Sat down by the Casbah while gasping for air. Sweat poured from his forehead and onto the sand-filled ground. Okay. Making an acid. Guess if this may or may not be your area of expertise. Do you know what aqua regia is? It's like an old alchemical ingredient. We'll worry about that later. I'm not sure what orpiment is either, to be fair. Get banned. Bot. I'm gonna check this desk. What's this? One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Oh. The stairs have collapsed. Find a way to climb back up. Yeah, I could probably just... Huh? I'm a healthy, capable young man. Nope. What do we got? We got bugs. Oh. Something come through here? Yeah, look, this is something. Oh. Easy. After enduring 3 days in Algiers, a sailboat was finally arranged to take him across the Mediterranean Sea to Gibraltar. Having reached British territory, it was just a matter of reserving a cabin on SS Hortensia, headed for London. Okay. Okay, we gotta get through the goo without getting too hurt. The goo is mean. Acid. Take that shadow residue. The cloth smelled of desert and damp musk. The pieces lay scrambled on top. Too many of them, he thought. Or perhaps too few.
It sure is dark in here.
Yes, and there's a good reason for it. But you can light the lamp now if you wish.
What's the reason? For the darkness, that is.
Stay close. Be careful not to stray.
What's the reason? Why is it so dark?
Pay attention, Daniel. It's important that you keep going straight and make sure not to stray.
Enemies. Oh, there's a thingy. Honestly, I'm not handling the spooks too well today. Where? I don't know where this creature went. Oh. Okay. Laudanum. It's not really a place to hide.
22nd of June, 1839. It's been more than a month since my last entry. After the event inside the underground chamber in Algeria, Professor Herbert insisted I return to England. He said he didn't want to risk forfeiting the entire expedition lest I took a turn for the worse. An excessive decision, in retrospect. But I'm glad it turned out that way. I found my journal this morning in the haphazard collection of things brought home from Africa. Next to it lay the broken stone orb wrapped in cloth. I tried to assemble it, but couldn't. The pieces wouldn't fit together, as if they weren't from the same object. Could I have imagined it all?
Could have.
Is there ever a complete orb?
There's blood. Oh.
Of June, 1839. I feel the need to continue this journal, even though it was intended for my journey to Africa. This must be something very important. I just know it.
Just know
I've
it.
taken it upon myself to piece the orb back together, but it's been more difficult than one might think. The pieces are behaving strangely. They seem to change color, shape, and texture, but ever so slightly.
So slightly.
I took careful measurements and notated any significant markings. Today, I confirmed my suspicions. They were changing. I was terrified and rushed off to see the finest geologist in London, Sir William Smith. I approached the subject with
Billy
care, and
Smith.
we discussed how rocks change form. He told me about the nature of glass, how it eventually collapses on itself, like ice slowly melting over the course of centuries. Smith eased my mind a bit, but I can't escape the feeling that these shards have otherworldly properties.
They call him the Billy Goat because he craves that mineral. It's okay. We need to find another way into that room. Oh. Easy. What? It's so hard to see. Oh, I see. There's this. In the box. There's like nothing here. No, there's another pair, a row. Oh, a stick. There's something in it. No? Yes. Aha. Oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't like these twisty hallways, really. He crashed to the surface. The dark Atlantic waters smothered him as he struggled to make sense of the situation. What's what? Ah. There's a something in the water. It is invisible. You can see me? Yes. It gets faster when I go into the water. And it does seem to want me. Can I go into that room? Woohoo! How do you feel about book? Not an intellectual. We got bones. We have a timer. Okay, so I'm free of the first one. Now I've got the second one. Oh, it's a lake. I wonder if the second. Will it get immediately distracted? No. Smorgasbord. Have at it. Okay. Still eating? It's actually so easy. It is locked. Hollow needle. Can I use a needle to pick a lock? Yeah. Something large brushed against his leg, and he felt himself being dragged along by the current of the beast. He pushed himself above the surface. Help! He cried, as the ocean swallowed him again. Oh, more water! And nowhere to stand? Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can chase. I can get chased. I hate being chased, but I can get chased. Felt himself being hoisted out of the ocean. The lacquered hull of SS Hortensia glittered in the soothing, warm yellow light of a setting sun. Turned his head to the calm ocean, reaching towards the coast of Portugal, and thought, is this another dream? Oh, God. My heart. Oh, I can splash. Really interesting design for a fountain. Centipede cherub. Leg. Just leg. Got the Black Eagle, which is the Prussian order. Is this door open? The other door's locked? No. Returned the teacup to the saucer and picked up the orb as one would an apple, and pondered on the strange happening. Maybe we'll... Herbert's trunk was wrapped and broke. The lock had been broken by thieves, he assumed. He wondered if anything had been left considering all the hands it had passed. What's this?
You have an ascending room. Will it take us to the inner sanctum?
It will definitely take care of the vertical part of our journey. So, you have ridden an elevator before?
Yes, the Colosseum at Regent's Park has one. It takes you to the gallery where you can view the panorama.
Good. This ride might be a little longer, and in the other direction.
Oh, it goes to hell. It's not working. Find a way to start the engine that powers the elevator. Find a key that unlocks the door leading to the machine room. There's water in the floor. On the other side. Oh, down. Storage. Ah! Hi, cow. Thank you. Is this another dream, he thought, and screamed at the top of his lungs. I don't know if I can handle, if my nerves can handle much more of this game. The darkness in the storage feels strange and unnatural. It's going alright. I'm getting a little scared, honestly. It's a bit much for my nerves. I love horror games, but they affect me pretty bad. Got to study the storage and what else? Climbed out of bed and looked out the window. It was completely dark. He waited, glanced at the clock, and waited some more. 4 o'clock, he thought. That's enough. Also, who's shutting the door behind me? Study, storage, and guest room? And I am a guest. Maybe this is my room. A thin, cold mist brushed his face as he stepped outside. London weather could be cruel, but it was the kind of cruelty he could handle.
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
Well, they took my journal. So I was staying here. And they took my journal. Dickheads. Bar. My bed.
Daniel? What? Still having nightmares, I see.
Yes, I can't shake them. They come every night.
We'll put a stop to them. You'll see.
Tell me while I sleep, huh?
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men traveling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Crowbar.
Third of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text.
He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface.
What?
His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
All those pieces in my drawing room. I wonder. I mean, this is not a real door, so there's no way, like, you can keep monsters out, right?
The key. Please, let it be here.
An important key is hidden in the guest room. Maybe we can peek. It's not coming in here. Hello? It just disappeared. Grab it. Alright. Whatever.
Thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then. 4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive.
Gotcha.
The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Maybe these kept the monster out. Let's squish these. These are the biggest cockroaches I've ever seen. We flipped through the Book of Monarchs looking for etchings and counted. 9 different kings from all over Europe had been depicted with an orb resting in their hands. Professor Taylor was the second death caused by his damned curiosity. Seems pretty... Seems like dogs. Letter regarding the discovery of an orb. To my most trusted student and friend, Johann Weyer. The most remarkable thing happened as I was traveling through the Prussian woods this summer. I finally found one of the orbs I've been looking for the last 20-odd years. It is as inexplicable as the Heliodromus described it in the Hortus Conclusus. It was as it was told about, an underground Mithraic temple crowned with the unearthly artifact. The orb was big enough to fill my cupped hands, and the texture was smooth and jagged. Its color washed while rich. Contrast is not enough to describe its nature. It was an impossibility, an artificial paradox captured within stone. I was staying in the nearby village called Alstadt, investigating one of the antiquated trails, when I finally found the cavern. I went inside, and suddenly I could verify the truth of these enigmatic artifacts. They were real. As you can understand, this is the most important discovery of my life, but it has also become my greatest fear. As I entered the underground chamber, I could feel that I was trespassing. Because of my curiosity, I did my best to fight these instincts and fetch the orb from its place. I scrambled out of the chamber and into the woods. I could sense something was following me. It bayed loudly as it closed in. The beast, this guardian of the orb, was relentless in its pursuit. I made my way to a nearby ravine where I stumbled upon some men fishing in the lake. I tried to warn them as I passed, but fortunately they remained as I continued my escape. When I heard their cry of pain echo throughout the valley, I felt such a tremendous sense of relief, thinking I would be spared. Suddenly, a blue, shimmering light engulfed me, and the colors of the forest were washed away before my eyes. I kept running through the bleak surroundings. The trees had turned charcoal black with leaves of cinder, the ground covered in murky water. I pressed on through the drenched land as the glowing ember gave way to the rising wind and rained on me. I could hear pleading screams in the distance, and I joined in as pain and fear overtook me. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. This certainly must sound strange, but I had been carried miles away across the Alps to a grassy field outside Genoa. The Guardian had taken the orb from me, but still this day I fear its return. Sometimes I lay awake at night listening for the howling cry I heard in the forest. It's been nearly a decade since that day, and I still haven't been able to write about the incident. Last time we spoke, you told me about your interest and ongoing research into the mythic orbs, and I realized I owed you the truth about my visit to Alstadt. Your friend and mentor, Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. What happened in here? Milestones of human anatomy. Remember. All good. Oh! Broke this with Doghead. I'm sorry.
Let's see what you have to offer. What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw. But I can sense it. It's definitely there.
So what? Damn. He was performing experiments on ladies. And children, I guess. Ugh. So he performed experiments on people and then would just keep their remains in his drawer? It's horrible. Fucked up. Find another way around the rubble in the study. Um, oh, well. I mean, the window's already broken. Shut it. Eat shovel. Record. Oh god. The trees are being engulfed by this the shadow remnants. When will it be my turn? Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind has not even wasted a breath, yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you, and I have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trusted you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered that gate. Okay, so one of Agrippa's servants was mad at him. Emergency decelerator. I kept that lamp on for way too long. Low cycle rod. The elevator breaks down again. Make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Adjust the levers to get the right amount of pressure inside the chamber. The meters should read up 8, down 8. Make sure the flow is set according to the following chart. Dual density. Trinity steam functions. Okay. 4-phase amplitude. Complete steam flow cycle. Note that the machine will not check proper configuration until all rods are inserted. Okay. And the other side. Just tinder and whatever these are. Guess I just go back the way I came. Whoa. There's a monster out there. So now I think I just have storage, which is really scary. Sir William Smith had been marked. There was no way for him to know that the young man from the other day would cast such a terrible shadow. There was someone here, and they died?
Don't forget your bag, Daniel.
I won't, Herbert.
There is no shame in using a parasol in the desert. As it happens, it's imperative to your survival.
But it looks ridiculous.
The shade will hurt much less than dying, I assure you.
Yeah, seems reasonable. I might actually call it early today, just because I'm getting so spooked. Unless you guys wanted to watch a different game. What else do I have on that? I don't really have anything. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it early today, because I've been kind of not feeling well lately as also. Thank you everyone for coming out. Let me see who there is to raid. It's Saturday, but I don't think Art Club Saturday started yet. Um, so let's leave Dashy. Dashy's playing some cozy Rocket League. Go say hi to Dashy for me. I will be back on Monday with more multiplayer games with Omi and Finn. Good night, good night, good night. I love y'all very, very much.